Tonight on UCentral News, Hurricane Helene made landfall over the weekend. We'll discuss the damage that occurred in multiple states. And in sports, UCO football dominated Fort Hays State. Dylan Hibbard will give you the stats you need to know.
It is currently 92 degrees outside with a UV index of 5. Are we going to feel those fall temperatures again? I'll have your full weather forecast later in the show.
Live from Central Oklahoma, this is UCentral News.
Good evening. I'm Lauren Jackson.
And I'm Ian Nickel. Welcome to this edition of UCentral News.
The effects of Hurricane Helene are still being felt in several states. That includes North Carolina, where there are at least 24 people dead. Maribel Gonzalez reports.
Asheville, North Carolina, where roadways look like rivers.
It's pretty scary. You don't expect it. We weren't really prepared. I thought it was going to rain for a while, and that's about it.
Hard-hit Buncombe County, which includes the city of Asheville, more than 150 search and rescue operations were underway over the weekend.
Trees are down. We're clearing those as quick as we can. And a lot of the critical infrastructure that we become used to every day in normal times is now gone, and we have to work around it.
Governor Roy Cooper's major disaster declaration was approved by the Biden administration.
Many people are cut off because roads are impassable. They don't have power or communications.
And many residents and business owners are dealing with a lot of damage, including the Balm Salon in Asheville, where 5 feet of floodwater flowed inside.
I was able to save just a couple of things, but nothing really, like my shears for my stylists and a couple of other personal items, but basically everything is gone.
Help is on hand. Global Empowerment Mission was handing out water and goods on Sunday, but residents know it will be a while before things get back to normal.
It's indescribable. I don't know, it just was covered in litter and trees and mud, and it's stinky, and it was all the way up the street up here. It just looks like the bottom of a river.
I'm Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
A curfew also remains in effect in Asheville during the overnight hours.
The only scheduled debate between the vice presidential nominees is set for Tuesday, October 1st in New York City. The high-stakes 90-minute matchup between Democratic Governor Tim Walz and Republican Senator J.D. Vance will air on CBS News. According to the network, unlike the presidential debates, the candidates' microphones will not be muted. There will be no opening statements and no studio audience. The candidates will have 2 minutes to answer each question, and the other candidate will have 2 minutes to respond. 1 minute will be allowed for additional rebuttals, and an additional minute to continue a topic may be given at the monitor's discretion. The candidates will be given a pen, a pad of paper, and a water bottle, but no props or pre-written notes are allowed. The vice presidential debate will be moderated by Nora O'Donnell and Margaret Brennan. It airs at 8 p.m. Central, and UCO's Stellar program will be hosting a watch party. Doors open at 7 p.m.
A pandemic-era student loan benefit ends this week. The one-year grace period for borrowers who miss a payment will no longer be in effect. The Biden administration had provided this on-ramp period after student loan payments resumed following the 3-year pandemic-era pause. Last year, student loan services were not reporting missed, late, or partial payments to the national credit bureaus. But now they will notify the bureaus, which could impact credit scores. This change comes as fate of a generous Biden administration student loan repayment plan is on hold as litigation plays out. A hearing is scheduled for October 15th at the 8th of U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals. In sweeter news, the holidays are right around the corner.
And so is the cold weather. Gwyneth Duncan has your weather report.
Looking at reflectivity, we do have a cold front that's going to move southeast into the state tonight into tomorrow. Sadly, following that is going to be a high pressure front that's going to just bring those temperatures back up. So even though it might feel cold for a day, we're still going to be up in the 90s as that cold front moves through. We're going to be at 92 degrees right now, mostly sunny. Those winds are not helping us out though. They're coming from the south, really light at 5 miles per hour, and our UV index currently is at 5, which is crazy for fall, but it's not not making it feel so good out there. Looking ahead, that cold front moving in tonight into tomorrow, that could bring really high wind gusts. We're talking up to the 30s for our wind gusts tomorrow. Looking at humid mornings these next couple of days, but because of that high pressure system that's going to follow that cold front, it's going to push out that humidity throughout the day into the afternoon these next couple of days. Looking at our allergy index, we're going to have tree, ragweed, and mold spores really high right now. Our grass is at moderate, and I know you're definitely feeling it because I'm feeling it too. The allergies are just really bad right now. It's just classic Oklahoma during fall. And as we look at our 8 to 14 weather outlook day, where Oklahoma is currently in a persistent drought, and you can definitely feel that. For the whole Central America, we're kind of really low on our precipitation right now. It's not very nice out there, and we aren't getting our average temperatures either. We're kind of above normal right now. We're going to have to see if that averages itself out as we get closer to fall. I'll have your full weather forecast later in the show. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Gwyneth. If you consider yourself to be a motorcycle enthusiast and are willing to take a little ride to Arcadia tomorrow, you can enjoy Bike Night. The event will be held at the Chicken Shack on Route 66 from 6 to 8 p.m. tomorrow night. It is completely free to attend. The parking lot will be the host of a wide variety of bikes, and the night will end with a raffle, and maybe you could be the winner. Don't worry if you can't attend tomorrow night, though. Bike Night is held on the first Tuesday of every month.
The annual Media Ethics Conference will be hosted in the UCO Department of Mass Communication in the Bob Burek First Amendment Center in room 120. It will be hosted this Tuesday, October 1st, and it will be run from 9 a.m. through 3 p.m. This event will be focused on the ethics in PR and advertising. The theme is The Age of Lies and Conspiracies, the Ethics Battle. Jonathan Turley will be the keynote speaker at 6 p.m. located in the Nye University Center in Ballroom A on the 3rd floor. It will be a presentation and a book event about his new book, The Indispensable Right of Free Speech in an Age of Rage. The event is free and open to all the public.
A UCO organization is attempting to motivate students to go out and vote in the upcoming presidential election on November 5th. Civic Slices is a student-run organization that seeks to inform students on the voting process and make sure they are aware of their options when it comes to voting. Civic Slices is encouraging students to have a plan in place for voting before Election Day and offers information on how to request an absentee ballot. Civic Slices is also offering students rides to voter polls on the day of the election.
Well, we saw those those allergy indexes from Gwyneth earlier.
Yeah,
those are looking real bad.
Way too high. I'm already having issues.
Yeah.
I'm having some flu issues. And
I'm definitely feeling it. After the break, we will see if you need to keep wearing your summer clothes.
Or you need to break out those coats. Gwyneth will have your full look at weather coming up.
Rugged, rough, built for the road ahead.
Sometimes I feel like a shell of a man.
Commercials are fake. What you're feeling isn't. Call or text 988, Oklahoma's mental health lifeline.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move forward, daily living the Bronco way, being reflective of our neighborhood, community, history, and Oklahoma. This is what has made us who we are. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the third largest university in Oklahoma. This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
Good afternoon and welcome back, Broncos. It's currently sitting like summer outside. We're sitting at 92 degrees, mostly sunny. Those south winds are coming in pretty light at 5 miles per hour, but it's keeping us pretty hot because of those really light temperatures, especially since they're coming up from the south. As we look across the state today, we're looking at 94 degrees in Woodward. It's mainly 90s across the state, but we do have 88 degrees in OKC, so it's not feeling too bad in the metro. As we go into tonight, though, it's going to feel much better. We're going to be sitting at 62 degrees and clear. That wind is going to switch. We're no longer going to have wind coming from the south. We're going to have it from the northeast as that cold front moves down towards us. That will come with humidity, though. We are going to be sitting at 60% humidity. Sadly, with that cold front, we're not going to see any rain, no clouds. It's going to be a pretty dry cold front, except for that humidity going slightly up. As we look across the state tonight, 60 degrees. It's going to be a little bit hotter than it has been in the nights these past couple of days, just as that cold front moves through, but it'll feel much better in the morning because we're going to be hitting 64 degrees. That's pretty nice starting out, but our humidity is going to be there. But as we hit noon, that wind kind of moves through, and that's kind of dry wind, so that's going to push that humidity out. We're going to be at 75 degrees, and since those winds are north, it's going to keep our temperatures pretty regulated throughout the day. We're going to be at 75 degrees at 7 p.m., which is pretty good because right now we're at 92 and it's only 4. So this will be a pretty good day tomorrow. It's going to be sunny all day though, so that sun may make you feel it a little bit more because of that UV. But other than that, it should feel pretty nice. Across the state, we're looking at upper 70s into 80s, 82 degrees in OKC. It's going to be a wonderful day tomorrow compared to what we had today. Looking ahead, like I said, that cold front's moving in tonight into tomorrow. That could bring wind gusts up into the 30s. So you may want to watch out for that wind because that's what's going to make it feel cooler, but it could be up to the 30s, which is a really high. We're going to have humid mornings these next couple of days, but in the afternoons, that humidity will kind of get pushed out because of that dry air that we're going to have coming from that high pressure front. As we look at our 7-day forecast, we're going to be having sunny skies these next 7 days. It's pretty boring. We're not looking at anything exciting other than that cold front that's moving in tomorrow. It's going to drop our temperatures to 82. And as we go throughout the rest of the week, it kind of gets back to where we are now. So it's really kind of a fake cold front. We're really not going to see much of that. How do you guys feel that this fall temperatures really aren't here yet?
I'm not going to lie to you, Gwyneth. I'm pretty disappointed.
I am too. It's ridiculous. Get
Yeah.
rid of this heat already. Come on.
How are you feeling about it, Gwyneth?
Yeah, I'm not too happy. I kind of want like the chilly weather where I can just bundle up in a blanket and watch Halloween movies, but sadly we aren't going to see that for the next couple of weeks.
Yes, agreed. I'm so ready for the spooky season to roll in.
Who is Spooky Susan? Coming up, meet the newest member of the Shelton family.
And did Halle Berry forget to shave? Jeremy Ramirez has more after the break.
Happy birthday! Make a wish.
Miss you guys.
Blue skies smiling at me, talking about blue skies. Do I see bluebirds singing a song, talking about blue skies from now on?
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Are you really sure this is all going to fit?
Oh, it'll fit. I got that.
When hauling anything, ensure it's secure. Losing your load is dangerous for all drivers. We want everyone to make it home safe. Help make Oklahoma safe by securing your load.
I'm Jeremy Ramirez with your social media updates. Revered British actress Dame Maggie Smith died Friday morning at 89 years old. Her publicist, along with her 2 sons, confirmed the news, saying she had passed away peacefully in a hospital. Her legendary career spanned 6 decades with iconic roles such as Professor McGonagall in the Harry Potter series. Co-stars who worked with the Dame took to social media to honor her legacy. Rupert Grint saying, "I'll miss you, Maggie, sending all my love." Daniel Radcliffe calling her a legend and thanked her. Maggie Smith will be missed by everyone, and our condolences go out to her family and fans. Academy Award winner Halle Berry flaunted hairy armpits Saturday in a video posted to Instagram. The X-Men star can be seen fighting back laughter after staring down the furry prop. The joyful moment comes from when the 58-year-old actress was preparing for her role as Mama in the newest thriller, Never Let Go. The actress shared a few more photos of how she gets into character, but also reminded fans that her newest film is now in theaters everywhere. Summertime sadness singer Lana Del Rey tied the knot with wildlife tour guide Jeremy Dufresne on Thursday. Multiple sources reported last Monday the couple filed for a marriage license and held a small ceremony Thursday night in the Louisiana swamp where he works. The couple had been spotted together as early as 2019, yet only officially confirmed their relationship last month. The intimate wedding was attended by family and close friends, but not much else is known about her 49-year-old husband. Frances Bean Cobain and Riley Hawk announced the birth of their son, Ronan, on Sunday. The daughter of the late Nirvana frontman, Kurt Cobain, shared photos of their newborn on Instagram. Riley, son of skateboarding legend Tony Hawk, can be seen cradling their bundle of joy. The couple began dating in 2022 and officially married a year later. Best wishes to the new family. Music icons Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani introduced their newest family member on Friday, a stray kitten named Corn Shelton. His name is a playful take on Blake's country music roots and the rural setting of their Oklahoma home. Stefani found the adorable kitten and nursed it back to health after she said it was struggling to survive. An Instagram video shows the couple's softer side, including a clip of the kitten swaddled in a small white towel. "We're so grateful that he's a part of our family," Stefani said, gushing over the little feline. It sounds like the tiniest Sheldon hit the jackpot. Ian, Lauren, what do you guys think?
That's a cute cat.
That is such a cute cat.
Yeah. I have to also mention, congrats to Lana Del Rey.
Yes.
That's great for her.
I love Lana Del Rey,
yeah,
and she deserves all the happiness.
My girlfriend has turned me into a fan. I will admit that happily. But yeah, she's good. She's great.
Yeah. And UCO football was in action this weekend, but did they stay undefeated?
And the Broncos had great showings in volleyball and soccer. Dylan Hibbard will let you know how those games went when we return.
I was raised to believe in the power of possibility, to always move forward but never forget where I came from, to value hard work, ingenuity, and hospitality. On one hand, my people are rough and rugged. On the other, refined and elegant. They taught me how to love beautiful things and cherish my past, to seek out adventure, eat well, and to have a good time. So I keep their traditions alive every place I go. They call me Oklahoma City, but you can call me the modern frontier.
UCentral News as a whole, you got to be in those different areas, like being on camera, being off camera, being in the control room. And so I feel like that is what prepared me most about being in the workplace.
UCentral and the mass comm department
has provided me all the tools and the fundamentals that are needed in order to thrive well and thrive fast at my job.
Maybe it's time to hit the road and visit a place where stories unfold. This is the land of the ultimate road trip, with sights old and new on Route 66. There's fun to be had, so much to do, and a few new surprises before you get through. Oklahoma has the most miles to share of Route 66. It's really quite rare. TravelOK.com will show you the way. Come see for yourself this iconic highway.
Hello everyone and welcome to your daily sports update. I'm Dylan Hibbard. 23rd ranked UCO football continues their dominant start to their season, improving to 4-0 with a 49-24 win Saturday night over the Fort Hays State Tigers. This 4-0 start is the best start to a season for the Broncos since 2004. The player of the game was receiver Terrell Davis, who had 9 receptions for 217 yards and 4 touchdowns, with his 2 biggest catches coming on 2 50-yard passes for touchdowns. Quarterback Jeff Hupp, the nation's leading passer, continued his dominance by throwing 22 of 33 receptions for 367 yards and 5 touchdowns. Other notable stats are running back Jalen Cottrell rushing 11 times for 138 yards and 1 touchdown, while on the defensive side of the ball, Dylan Buckheit and Jack Puckett led the team in total tackles with 9 each, while Kobe Stevens had the defensive play of the game with an amazing interception late in the first quarter. 17th ranked UCO is now back on the road this Saturday afternoon, putting their undefeated record on the line against the Missouri Southern Lions. Kickoff is scheduled for 2 p.m. in Joplin, Missouri. UCO volleyball is still undefeated with their record now at 15-0. The 13th ranked Broncos swept both games this weekend, making this their 11th time this season and 4th game in a row, winning a match 3-0. Junior Lowry Miglarino led the game with 13 kills and 3 blocks to lead the Broncos to this victory this past Friday night. The following afternoon, volleyball continued to crush its opponents, this time against conference foe Pittsburgh State. The result was the same with another 3-0 sweep of the Gorillas, with senior Addison Wimmer leading the way with 13 kills and 2 blocks. UCO will look to continue their undefeated season as they go on the road to Joplin, Missouri Friday night to face Missouri Southern Lions at 6 p.m. The following afternoon, the Broncos will travel to Warrensburg, Missouri to take on the Central Missouri Mules. Start time is scheduled for 2 p.m. UCO soccer is on the road this past weekend in Kansas and finished the week with 1 win and 1 draw. Friday night, the Broncos took on Washburn in Topeka, Kansas, and there was no goal in sight. The game had a total of 10 shots on the goal, with UCO only having 4 shots and Washburn with 6. Luckily, the scoring started back up again the next afternoon against Emporia State with a 3-1 victory. The Broncos had 3 different players score in the game, with Madison Livabon, Kalia Carter, and Rebecca George all chipping in on the victory. UCO is back at Tom Thompson Field this weekend as they host the 2 conference opponents and look to stay undefeated in MIAA play. The Broncos will take on Northwest Missouri Friday night at 7 p.m. and then will host Missouri Western on Sunday afternoon at 1 p.m. The NFL is in Week 4 of their regular season with a doubleheader planned for Monday Night Football. There are currently 3 undefeated teams and 2 winless teams in the NFL. Reigning Super Bowl champions Kansas City Chiefs are continuing their dominance, starting 4-0, while the surprise team in the Minnesota Vikings are also 4-0 on the season. Monday Night Football doubleheader starts at 6:30 p.m. on ESPN with the winless Tennessee Titans heading to Miami to take on the Dolphins. Miami will be starting quarterback Tyler Huntley after he was claimed off the Ravens practice squad a couple weeks ago. The second game of the Monday night doubleheader is a battle between 2 NFC contenders. The undefeated Seattle Seahawks will take their record into Detroit and take on the Lions. Kickoff is scheduled for 7:15 p.m. on ABC. The NBA season is just around the corner, with Media Day starting earlier this afternoon, and the OKC Thunder is one of the big spots the NBA eyes are on. The Thunder had one of the best off-seasons in the league, with GM Sam Presti continuing to impress fans. OKC re-signed bench players Isaiah Joe and Aaron Wiggins to very team-friendly deals. The fun did not stop there, with Presti trading Thunder guard Josh Giddey to the Chicago Bulls for Alex Caruso. In addition, the Thunder increased their size by signing big man Isaiah Hartenstein to a 3-year, $87 million contract. In other NBA news, the association is heartbroken to learn the passing of big man and Hall of Famer Dikembe Mutombo. Mutombo was an 8-time All-Star, 3 times block leader, and 3-time All-NBA player. Mutombo was famous for his finger wag after he blocked an opponent's shot. Our hearts go out to the family, friends, and the NBA community. Ian, Lauren, I know it was a sad time, but in brighter news, UCO is just continuing football, volleyball. They're continuing to look amazing. Have you guys been able to go out to one of their games and check them out?
So I actually got to see both over the weekend, and man, they are lights out. Just dominant as ever. Just look amazing. Have you been able to see them, Dylan?
Yeah, I've been at a bunch of football games and a few volleyball games. If you guys can, definitely go out there and watch them. They are fun watch.
Absolutely. Jet Huff has been lights out.
Agreed.
Coming up, there is one man who spends all year growing the fall-favored vegetable. Who is he?
And Gwyneth Duncan will have our last look at weather when we come back.
Rugged, rough, built for the road ahead. Sometimes I feel like a shell of a man.
Commercials are fake. What you're feeling isn't. Call or text 988, Oklahoma's mental health lifeline.
How much difference can one vote make? Since 2023, more than 60 U.S. elections have been tied or won by just one vote. So this fall, you or a friend could be the tiebreaker. And that could make all the difference. People are more likely to vote when encouraged by a friend. So use your power to decide this election. Make sure you're good to vote and encourage your friends to make a voting plan at votevotevote.com.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move forward, daily living the Bronco way, being reflective of our neighborhood, community, history, and Oklahoma. This is what has made us who we are. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the third largest university in Oklahoma. This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
Welcome back. It's that time of year where the coolest pumpkin harvests are on display. In Michigan, one man has taken that to a new level. He grows giant pumpkins in his front yard, with some projected to weigh more than 1,000 pounds. Amaya Kuznicki takes a look.
Pumpkins, pumpkins, and more pumpkins. Dan Fleeser's front yard is full of them.
The kids really love them.
But they aren't ordinary pumpkins.
We are looking at my biggest pumpkin ever as of right now. I hope it goes heavy. We don't know, but it's taping over 2,000 pounds.
In Williamston, Dan is known as the Pumpkin Man.
Here we go.
He's been growing pumpkins since 2010 and has been a part of numerous weigh-in contests.
It's crazy when you're taking these down the road though on a trailer, because you got cameras coming out. All of a sudden the car be passing you on the highway, and all of a sudden you go, where'd that car go? And you look, there's a camera pointed at the pumpkin taking pictures.
Dan says pumpkin growing is a full-time job.
No vacations, just overnight vacations. That's about it.
He spends hours and hours tending to them, making sure they stay in tip-top shape.
Yeah, there's times in the summer it's 90 degrees, and I'll be out here from like 8 o'clock at night till 2 in the morning with a headlamp, burying vines or weeding.
But he says all the hard work is worth it.
It is addicting. I've been doing it so long now, it's hard to do anything else but pumpkins pretty much anymore.
Wow, those are some pretty huge pumpkins.
Absolutely. You take Pumpkin Man, you take Spooky Susan from earlier. That's a great superhero team right there.
I'm Lauren Jackson.
And I'm Ian Nickel. Have a great rest of your night.